Now at noon, a 14-year-old now facing charges after deputies say he was racing through a neighborhood on an e-bike.
You know, grass can be replaced, property can be replaced, but kids cannot be, so scary.
Now neighbors are sharing concerns, saying this isn't the first time they've seen a teen run from officers. Plus,
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go.
An early morning spectacle what the next 8 months look like for Crew 12 as they make their way to the International Space Station.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
We start this noon with a fugitive back in custody. Melbourne Police Commander Sean Ising gave an update today on the capture of Eric Jerry. Police say Jerry attacked officers outside a hospital Wednesday and then ran off, leading officers on a manhunt. Commander Ising saying they worked to identify family members and locations Jerry may have been hiding. He was eventually found at a home in Palm Bay. Ising says the homeowners let police search inside. They found Jerry between a wall and a bed. Police say Jerry hit his head as they tried to get him.
He did bump his head on like a nightstand that was there. So once again, we ended up back at the hospital with him. Although I will tell you this time he was wearing shackles as well as handcuffs, and we took extra steps to make sure that we did not experience the same thing again.
Police say they are looking into several people, including the homeowners and Jerry's alleged girlfriend. They're working to learn if they helped Jerry hide, but police say they haven't determined anything just yet. Jerry is now in custody, facing a number of charges. Time now to get a check of your forecast on this Friday. Of course, a lot of things going on this weekend, so we are hoping for nice weather, but we do have some rain moving in later on Sunday, likely.
Right. I do think that most of your Saturday and Sunday, Julie, will be okay. Will be mostly dry, especially for Valentine's Day on Saturday. Right now, temperatures out the door. It's a nice day. Temperatures running where they should be for now. We will run above average throughout the afternoon, back in the upper 60s to mid 70s. So you can see Daytona Beach, not as many people as I thought, but we are moving into a longer weekend, so maybe more folks will be out there enjoying it as President's Day just around the corner. 70 degrees is our current temperature there. The breeze out of the east-northeast, about 7 to 14 miles per hour. If you are planning on enjoying the beaches, whether it's today or tomorrow, the weather on the sand is looking good. Plenty of sunshine out there. Just do be aware, rip current risk will stay in the high category. But for Saturday, we'll be closing in on near 80 degrees. Then on Sunday, there's the big question mark on when will we start seeing some of that rain working in. Could Daytona 500 escape from the rain? We'll show you more on the latest model runs coming up in just a couple minutes.
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon, and Godspeed Crew 12.
NASA and SpaceX's Crew 12 lit up the morning sky. They are on their way to the International Space Station after an early exit from Crew 11 over health concerns last month. News 6's Mark Lehman brings us this morning's launch from the Space Coast.
SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket lifted off exactly as planned early this morning. The launch was initially pushed back a couple of days because of weather concerns, but the conditions were perfect this morning. No technical issues as well. Here's a look at what we saw during the 5:15 liftoff.
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon, and Godspeed Crew 12.
The launch lighting up the pre-dawn sky here on the Space Coast. Crew 12 is embarking on an expedited mission to the International Space Station, which has been operating with a skeleton crew of 3 since mid-January. That's when Crew 11 was forced to make an early return to Earth because of an undisclosed medical issue involving one of the members. And when it comes to Crew 12, the 4 members spent the overnight hours suiting up and preparing for launch. Their mission will include science experiments aimed at advancing technology for missions to the Moon and Mars. There will also be several spacewalks over the course of 8 months. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman discussing the success of this morning's launch.
We saw a remarkable Crew 12 launch, a very impressive F9 return to launch site. I'm sure everybody heard that, all while Artemis 2 sits on the pad in preparation for its historic mission.
And over there in the distance, you can see the Artemis 2 rocket sitting on the launch pad. It's now set to lift off next month at the earliest, after it was pushed back during a wet dress rehearsal earlier this month. For Crew 12, They're now on their way to the International Space Station. It's going to be a several-hour journey, and they're set to dock sometime by Saturday afternoon. For now, reporting at Kennedy Space Center, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Happening right now, a woman accused of attacking a Volusia County deputy inside a school is trying to change her plea. Dagmaria Ponte is in court today. She originally pleaded no contest. Weeks ago, she decided she wanted to change it to guilty. Investigators say back in 2024, the deputy was punched in the head and had her taser ripped out of her hand. Deputies say Ponte and her husband confronted the woman because she was arresting their 11-year-old son. Investigators say that arrest was over behavioral issues. Our Jarrell Baker is at that hearing right now and tells us a decision will be made later today. We'll have the latest starting on News 6 at 3. An Orange County teen arrested. Deputies say he tried to flee after racing through a neighborhood on an e-bike. Your Orange County community correspondent Troy Campbell talked to neighbors who say this isn't the first time they've seen a teen try to run from law enforcement.
People who live here near Porter Road say there is an ongoing issue with teens racing by on their e-bikes. They even say they listened on to the sheriff's office helicopters above on Wednesday evening after the sheriff's office arrested a 14-year-old after they say he tried to flee on his e-bike.
Yesterday, there was the overhead, the helicopters chasing the e-bikes.
Neighbors near Porter Ranch Road and Black Quill Drive in Orange County say they heard a sheriff's office helicopter fly above the neighborhood Wednesday evening.
Right, we heard them circling for a while and we were like, what is going on? And then saw that that was what was happening.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office confirms a deputy tried a traffic stop on a teen riding an e-bike just after 7 p.m. in the area. However, instead of stopping, they say the teen then fled.
Either they're trying to hide something, they're going way too fast, or they think they're going to get in trouble. But yeah. Or they don't want their parents to know, right?
Deputies eventually arrested a 14-year-old boy, taking him to the Juvenile Assessment Center.
And I've actually witnessed the sheriffs chasing kids through our neighborhood on an e-bike, and they actually escaped and went out onto the road.
Jim and Carrie Mullins say not only have they almost been hit by teens on e-bikes while walking through the neighborhood, but they've also seen teens flee from deputies before.
I was actually leaving the neighborhood, and I saw the two kids on an e-bike flying in, the sheriff behind them, and they cut through the neighborhood before the sheriff could get to them. And I was leaving and I saw them cut out of the neighborhood, so they got away.
Several neighbors off camera also told us they too have seen teens evading law enforcement.
It's shocking too when you see them like being chased. It's like, if you're doing this now, what are you going to be doing in 5-10 years? That's the other thing.
The Mullins fear a teen will end up hurt or worse.
You know, grass can be replaced, property can be replaced, but kids cannot be. So scary for an e-bike. Like, so not worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we've also requested the dash camera footage and the body camera video from the deputy involved in arresting that 14-year-old. And of course, we'll let you know when we get that. In Orlando, Troy Campbell, News 6.
Investigators searching for Nancy Guthrie are asking neighbors to take a second look at their own surveillance cameras for possible clues. Law enforcement officials have also identified the brand of backpack worn by the suspect on the night she went missing. Jonathan Vigliotti reports from outside Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona.
For the first time, authorities are releasing new details about the man they're now calling a suspect in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. They believe this individual, seen on Guthrie's doorbell camera, kidnapped her from her Tucson home February 1st. The FBI is looking for a male 5'9" to 10 inches tall with an average build. They say he was wearing a black Ozark trail hiker backpack like this one in photos they released Thursday. Investigators were seen earlier in the day at Guthrie's front porch setting up this pop-up tent to take measurements. It was the same location a doorbell camera captured the man the FBI says is the suspect in Guthrie's abduction. As the search stretches to a 13th day, law enforcement has been fanning out across her Catalina Foothills community.
They wanted to look around the property and asked about cameras.
Investigators are concentrating on a 2-mile radius surrounding Nancy Guthrie's home. They're looking for video from January 31st to February 2nd that may show any vehicle or person that appears out of place.
Footage is extremely important because I believe that he has been in that neighborhood before.
Mary Ellen O'Toole is a former senior FBI profiler.
It does not necessarily mean he's going to stand out like some strange guy that is frightening to people, but rather would blend in.
Where do we go from here?
It's very impressive to see how many leads are coming forward right now, which tells me people want to help.
On Thursday, Savannah Guthrie posted this home video from her childhood, writing on Instagram, "Our lovely mom. We will never give up on her."
And the FBI now doubling their reward to $100,000 for anyone with information that leads to Nancy Guthrie or a suspect. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
It is Valentine's Day weekend, and we have a full list of ways to celebrate. When we come back, meteorologist Michelle Morgan has your 6 things to do, including bull riding in Osceola County.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Love is in the air, and this weekend is packed with fun. I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan with your 6 things to do. And if you're looking for something a little different, you're in the right place. I'm here at the Silver Spurs Arena, where the big bull riding will be kicking off Saturday night. But before that, the rodeo parade will be happening Saturday morning in downtown St. Cloud. I spoke to Big Boss Kay about what you can expect.
I'm gonna have goosebumps right now just thinking about the parade. It's just a great time. Everybody's having fun. There's so many kids and families out there that are just waving and like looking at the horses, and since it's happening on Valentine's Day, bring your sweetie, see everyone dressed in red and having a good time for the love of rodeo.
The parade starts on Saturday at 10 a.m. Next up, Positively in Love at Barkhaven is happening on Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy delicious bites, pup plates, festive cocktails, and lots of tail-wagging fun. Craving thrills? The Tri-County Fair runs through Tuesday at Brown & Brown Farms in Oxford. Rides, games, carnival food, a petting zoo, and more. Admission just $5. Ride tickets vary. Looking for chemistry? Spark STEM Fest runs through February 14th through the 16th. with Science Night live on February 14th from 8 to 11:30 p.m. An 18 up Valentine's night of magic, astronauts, drinks, and fun. Love short films and storytelling? The Love Your Shorts Film Festival is lighting up Sanford at the Ritz Theater this weekend. Showtimes and tickets vary. Step into a Bridgerton-inspired Valentine's weekend at Ice Bar Orlando. The Love and Lace all-inclusive packages are perfect for Valentine's or Galentines. New this year, a special mixology class happens on February 15th from 3 to 5 p.m. Package prices vary.
And if you have a fun event happening in your town, let me know. I've been getting so many fun events from viewers just like you. Just head over to clickorlando.com or our News 6 app. Just tap Contact Us.
So we have lots of options this weekend.
We do.
Yes.
I see a theme.
Yes, love, Bridgerton,
Yes.
Bridgerton Brothers. All right, we're
Yeah,
in. Yes.
yeah. We digress.
Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. We're seeing a lot more sunshine out there right now than we were yesterday.
Besides all the love in the air, there's a whole lot more sunshine out there as well, as we are taking a live look across some of our fun locations here. Kissimmee Lakefront, beautiful live look right there. You can see the lighthouse there in the distance, Daytona Beach. Notice that flag is blowing in the breeze. We are seeing the winds kind of kick up a little bit. Port Canaveral, nice sunny skies as well, and nothing but sunshine there at OIA. Current temperature there at the airport is 73. Now elsewhere around Central Florida, we're at 71 in Marion County. Mico at 73 and down through Claremont holding at 70 degrees. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Finally Friday.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
All right, your highs this afternoon back above average. Mid to upper 70s across the board, really. It's 77 up and down Ocala through Claremont around the Turnpike there. And as we head into the evening hours, temperatures will be mild again. So maybe if you're doing some Friday night plans, maybe doing Valentine's night festivities earlier tonight, you can see we are going to still stay pretty nice. Nice if you want to maybe even take dinner outside. But on Valentine's Day, you can see even in the morning for maybe a brunch or the afternoon, you can see temperatures are pretty consistently mild really across the board, even into the evening hours. So whether or not you want to take dinner outside, not a bad idea either, as for the most part, we should be staying mostly dry both Friday and Saturday. Then things start to change just a little bit. So let's show you here clouds, rain, futurecast. We're going to fast forward the clock all the way till about 6 o'clock because that's really that's kind of our best chance for seeing some scattered showers so far this weekend. You can see there's a little bit of green popping up. This is all kind of prefrontal moisture that we're going to start tracking as that front still continues to dig across the southeast. So with that being said, there's something kind of popular happening in Daytona this weekend at the Daytona 500. You can see that rain will be around. It will get pretty close at times. Right now, it's not a 100% chance, but it's not a zero either. So there is going to be some rain. We're going to have to be tracking pretty close. Then as we head into Monday, models are kind of differ a little bit on the timing. A lot of them bring it throughout the overnight hours or early Monday morning. You can see by about 11 a.m. there will be some scattered showers around as that main front makes its way through the area. So the best thing I would say is check back in throughout the weekend. We, of course, will be updating our News 6 weather app, and then we could get a better handle on some of these latest forecasts because they've been going back and forth for a little bit. So we, of course, will keep you updated. Just make sure to have the rain gear handy just in case if you do have to head out the door early Monday morning on President's Day. So looking at the Daytona 500 forecast, again, the chance for rain isn't extremely high, but it is there. We're about 40% as high, so we'll be staying pretty warm for this time of the year in the low 80s. With some of that rain also comes a chance for a few thunderstorms. That's why the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted most of us under a level 1 out of 5. That's about a marginal risk of seeing a rumble of thunder or two, with more rain chances still around on Monday morning and possibly even into the afternoon. So with that being said, enjoy the next 2 days. We're looking dry, but have the rain gear in the backseat just in case Sunday and Monday.
Candace, thank you. Tomorrow is a day to show those you love the most exactly how you feel, or maybe those you're not so fond of. Coming up, the offer from a local sheriff's office helping you get some sweet, sweet revenge on an ex this Valentine's Day. And coming up tonight, team coverage at the Daytona 500 as we get ready for the exciting race weekend. We're bringing you all the latest from the track starting right here on News 6 at 3. It's the season of love, so maybe you have a special someone this Valentine's Day. But if you don't, the Marion County Sheriff's Office is offering you a chance for revenge. How's that sound? They posted this message saying, "Roses are red, love can be fake. If your ex has a warrant, there's a call you should make." Deputies say if that's true for you, send them a message, send their whereabouts, and they'll send out a deputy to pick up your ex. No flowers required. But on the flip side, if you want to celebrate with someone you actually do love, you may be spending a bit more. Chocolate prices are up more than 14% this year. They've seen a continued rise in recent years. Officials say it's because of the price of cocoa beans. The beans come mostly from West Africa, and they've been having weak harvests due to droughts. Bean prices have started to drop, but relief is still months away because chocolate companies buy the beans in advance. Check out our primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. We have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas answers your weather questions at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Here is a live look from our Lunch Credit Union camera at Port Canaveral. You're watching News 6 at noon. We're back in 3 minutes. All right, a lot going on this weekend, so
There is.
things are looking pretty nice the next couple days.
Not too bad. We're talking about temperatures today and tomorrow nearing about 80 degrees. Valentine's Day, for however you celebrate it, is going to look pretty nice. Then as we head into Sunday, rain chances do start creeping up a little more. But notice there's some more rain still on Monday.
Yes.
That looks like rain could linger into early Monday. Some models maybe even pick up a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday afternoon. So just keep the rain gear handy. I know a lot of people are off work and school for President's Day, but just keep an eye on the skies.
Sounds good. Candace, thank you. Thanks so much for joining us this noon. Our next newscast is at 3, and you can always check clickorlando.com. Have a great day.